Hello, everyone. How's it going? I'm WoWcrendor, and I've got some exciting news to bring to you today, and that is that they have announced the Blood Bowl 2 Legendary Edition. If you don't know what Blood Bowl is, I have a lot of videos on my channel. I stream it a lot. You can check it out. You can Google it, wherever you want. It's a fun game. It's a fantasy-based, Warhammer fantasy-based sports strategy game, pretty much, and easily one of my favorite games. It's one of the best games. It's one of the most infuriating games, and I love it. So, Legendary Edition is coming out. Hey, coaches, Legendary Edition Blood Bowl 2 has been announced at Lay What's Next Day Focus, our press event last week. That sounded so, Lay what? That was like the most American, like, Lay what? We're pleased to finally unveil all the info about the new edition. The release date is 2017. We're aiming at this summer, but depending on how the tests go, it may be delayed. We have some complicated features on the list, res mode for example, and we want to implement them correctly. We prefer a slight delay over a messy launch. So that's understandable. That's about what I imagined for it coming out. I figured it'd probably be like in the summer. So maybe in the fall, probably summer, fall is when it's going to be arriving. The price for new players, the Legendary Edition with all content of Blood Bowl 2 at the price of a full game. Contains Blood Bowl 2, the base game, plus all the teams released since launch, plus expansion pack content. So it's pretty much like you're buying the game. For existing owners, the expansion pack content for the price of a big DLC. So it's going to be around 20 euros. Is what it is. So it's like $25. I think it's about like $25. That's about right. I think it's pretty fair. And then a pack with all teams released between launch and Legendary Edition. All these teams will be also available for around 20 euros before the release of Legendary. You'll still be able to purchase individual races if you wish. Full compatibility. Most small features and quality of life changes will be available to all Blood Bowl 2 players, even those who didn't purchase the first expansion pack. So now, what's in the expansion pack? Content of the expansion pack. 8 new races. This is the biggest one. The Amazons. Hell yeah. The Goblins. The Vampires. The Ogres. The Halflings. The Pro-Elves. The Underworld. And the Kislev, which are based on the Slann. So if you don't know, the Slann we're not in the original Blood Bowl Chaos Edition because apparently there's like some complications with Games Workshop, and they're like, we don't want them in there for whatever reason. But now they've made the Kislev, who are like I guess a circus type. I don't know. All I know is there's like pictures at the bottom, and there's a bear, and it's pretty cool. A circus bear. And I'm pretty sure if you play Warhammer, you probably like, oh yeah, them. But as someone who hasn't played Warhammer in like a long time outside of Blood Bowl, I'm like, I don't know who that is. So they're going to be pretty much taking the place of the Slann. They're going to have like all the same stats and abilities, or the rule, you know what I'm saying? And it's just going to be a different thing. So it's really nice because that's going to be a little bit of a nice little refreshing new race to add in to Blood Bowl. So that's going to be 24 total races, in addition to Chaos Dwarves and Khemri, who are coming out in a few days, and the other ones that have already been released. So what else is there? There's Swiss System Competition. I don't know what that is, but it's there. Resurrection Mode, no lasting SPP injuries between each round, evolution of teams between each round set, and team value. So that's kind of a cool mode. So they're adding a lot of new modes, is one of the big things they're doing. Team Editor, choose a race and get unlimited gold, as well as the option to add any skill, stat, or injury. That is really cool. These teams get a tag custom team, which can be banned from a league. Our goal with the combo Team Editor Resurrection Mode Swiss system is to give the opportunity to players to experience the rules played on tabletop, which that is really cool. I like this a lot. I think anytime you give the players an option to just edit any stats and abilities and just create custom teams and crazy stuff, it just makes a really fun time. You can make just like crazy teams. Like we can make a team We can finally make like a big guy ball carrier and like play each other. Like it's not going to be ranked or anything, or it's not going to be in a league, but it's still. Well, I guess you can make a league. So it's like you can ban the team from the league. So I mean, it's pretty cool. I'm excited about this. I think this is one of the best features they're adding. New solo campaign mode. Any race, perpetual campaign, you have a map where you can go from competition to another. Less cinematic story and more freedom. So if you like the solo campaign, there you go. A brand new stadium based on the Khemri theme, which is really cool. I know they're like mummies and skeletons, so it's probably going to be Egyptian based. If I had to take a wild guess. Mercenary teams. Teams composed of players picked from different races. Several groups of teams you can pick your players from. Elf teams, pro elf, wood elf, high elf, dark elf. So you can pose like a big team of elves. These teams will also have a specific tag. They won't be allowed in champion ladder, for example, which is still cool. I think it's pretty neat. Star player team composed of 16 star players. These teams will also have a specific tag. So they're adding just a lot of customizability. And I think that's one of the best things they can do, like I said already. It allows you to just make your own fun. And I think a lot of games suffer from that, where they try to constrict you and be like, this is how you play the game, you idiot. And you're like, but what if I just do this? And it's like, you can't do that because we don't like you doing that. And I think it's great when companies are just like, you know what? Or developers are just like, you know what? We're going to have our game here if you want to play it. But we're also going to let you do whatever you want with all these other options. I think that's really cool. New chat tab in League, accessible by all coaches with a team registered in the league. Post-match chat, you can discuss with your opponent even after the end of a game, as long as you stay on the end of match screens. That's nice. Sometimes you're like, GG, and it's like, game's over, idiot. Manual seeding in competitions. Possibility to play a league with a mix of human players and AI teams. AI enhancement. The AI will now take into account the current turn of the game and not cross the pitch with dwarves at turn 16. Optional skills. It's been discussed a lot in the community. More skills will be optional. Kick, pass, grab, sidestep, dodge, tackle, fend, tentacle, stand firm, break, tackle. Free camera mode. Save during a single-player match. Option to deactivate aging in solo. Enhanced competition administration. Always nice to have better admin access. So to decide touchdowns, injuries, SPP, etc., which is nice. Because there's been actually a lot of times where these things have been an issue, especially in the old Blood Bowl leagues where matches would like crash and stuff. So it's nice to have that. A pause system in multiplayer, 3 pauses per player game. No time limit to a pause. Any player can unpause at any time during a pause, even 5 seconds after a player paused. Players can use the chat during the pause. Fame displayed during a match. That's actually kind of nice because I always wonder, like, what's my fame? And it's like, it's the stars on your team. You earn it, or you can spend gold on it, but you generally just earn it. New cheerleader models. Oh my God, not one per team, but a bit more diversity. Hell yeah, dude. That's one of the biggest ones. That a lot of people have been wanting. Just, it's not even important to the game, but it's just people like, where are the cheerleaders? So it won't just be human cheerleaders anymore. We'll have a little bit more diversity, and I'm all for that. I think it's great. Anytime you make the game a little more diverse. Cheerleaders will have the same colors as the team they're supporting, again, which is also nice. Options to display the tooltip in Dice's probability, 2+ instead of 83%. That's actually a cool feature as well. So instead of just being like 83% chance for this to work, you could be like, oh, I just need a 2+ here, and then a 4+ here, and a 5+ here. So I think I'm going to turn that on. I think that's a really nice option. A lot more star players. We aim at 50 star players total. They won't all have a premium skin, but we want to make them all available gameplay-wise. Options to mute chat and match. Options to ban players from a competition in-game. A lot of other small things, mainly quality of life improvements. 95% of the content 95% of the content on the Legendary Edition is directly taken from the feedback of the community since launch. Thanks for being committed and enthusiastic about Blood Bowl. So here's some screenshots. Here's the Goblin team. Here's the chainsaw guy. Actually looks really cool. Here's the bomber dude. And here is the Kislev like circus bear. And as you can see here, my For Honor's done. You can see he's got the chain, so I'm pretty sure the chain's gonna act as his prehensile tail. Because the Slan, I believe, had Croxagors, so I think he's gonna have similar stats to a Croxagor. That's actually cool, dude. You just get a big ass bear, like just your big guy's just a big ass bear. I love it. Here's a goblin on a pogo stick. I'm definitely be playing a goblin team. Love the goblin teams. And finally, there's another screenshot of the bear. So that is it. That is the Blood Bowl 2 Legendary Edition. It's a lot more than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like a couple new gameplay modes and maybe like 6 races. I thought they were going to put in Pro Elves, Underworld, Vampires, Goblins, and like Ogres. And maybe like one other team. Like that's what I thought they were going to do. I thought like 5 or 6 new races. We got 8 new races, including the Amazons, who are one of the main races. Vampires, who everybody's wanted. The Underworld's okay. Halflings are just. If you've seen the old Blood Bowl League, you'll know about halflings. Goblins are just a fun, goofy team. Ogres are just a fun, goofy team as well. I think Kislev is probably the one I'm most excited about, just because I've always wanted to play a Slan team, and it's going to be nice having just some new blood in the races to play with. I mean, in addition to that, the Chaos Dwarves and Khemri are right around the corner in a few days, and so I think Blood Bowl 2 is shaping out to just be a pretty good game. I mean, it's already a good game, but I think it's shaping out to be an even better game. And with all these changes, I think it's gonna be great. So that's the Blood Bowl 2 Legendary Edition. Leave your comments below on what you think about the Legendary Edition, or if you're like, they should have to pay for it, Crendor. I think the pricing's fine, personally. Because they are adding 8 new races and quite a bit of stuff. So I think it's a pretty fair price. And yeah, thank you for watching. See ya.